Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Alright y'all, so we have a subscriber story time, and if you guys see me in the same outfit from one of my last videos, baby, I'm filming videos, you feel me? So we don't got time to change. But I'm about to pick a video now. I do want to emphasize, because it seems like y'all just don't listen. That's what it's seeming like to me. It seems like y'all don't listen. If you sent your story time to another content creator, don't send it to me. I'm just gonna be real with y'all, because like I say in all my subscriber story times, a lot of people who watch me, they watch other story time creators. So I don't want to bore my subscribers with the same story times that they heard from other creators and vice versa. So if you already sent the story time to the other creators, don't send it to me, honey, because yeah, I don't know why I keep saying that and y'all keep doing it. I love reading you guys story time, but if you already sent it to someone else, just try not to send it to me. Also, if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to check out the rest of the content, and if you like it, subscribe. And what's something else? Oh, if you want to submit a story time, I'm going to leave my email in the description box down below. Go ahead and check it out. Make sure that the story time is long enough for a video, and also make sure that you check your grammatical errors before you submit the story time to me. So boom, let's get straight into it. This will sound good. This one is titled, They Wanted to See Which One Could Hit First. Twin Drama. Let's read this, y'all. Let's read this. Girl, hey, it's Rue again. I think I read one of your story times before. If I'm not mistaken. That name sounds familiar. He said it's Rue again, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Hey girl, how you doing? Okay, with another story time. I love watching you tell my story about the Tinder baby mama drama. Oh yeah, I did read your story. And thought to send you another one of my Tinder horror. Girl, I told you to get your ass off of Tinder. Why'd you get back? Why'd you get back? After I ended things with Chino, I went back on Tinder. I know, go ahead and clown me. I'm glad you know. I'm glad you know, bro. I'm glad you know. Guess I didn't learn my lesson the first time, but I wanted to see if I could try this thing again with someone else. I matched with this Jamaican guy. It's like you just get it worse and worse. It's like, all right, Rue. Okay, Rue. It's like you just getting worse and worse by the day. We're gonna call him Tank. Tank was one of them pretty boys, during that time, he was exactly my type. He was a slim, brown skin, Colgate wave having ass dude. When we matched, he sent me a message saying, I'm not too fond of being strangers. It would be a crime for me not to get to know somebody like you. Girl, I would have unmatched. That's what Tank is saying to every girl that he matches with. I would have unmatched. Yes, it was cringy, but he was cute, so I let him throw his shot. Exchanged Instagrams because we both wanted to make sure that we were not catfishing each other, and later exchanged numbers, and then we FaceTime. We talked damn near every day, and I really like how he could guide and carry a conversation. It was different talking to a guy like him because he was the type to have his shit together. He was also in school for dentistry, which so was I, and it really stood out to me. Talking on the phone every day, we started falling asleep together on the phone. It was really set up because that shit really does make you fall for someone quick. Girl, yes. Not to mention he was a Capricorn too, like me, so I figured it would be better, because even when talking to him, I noticed how we operated the same way when it came to relationships. Weeks go by and I find myself catching feelings. One day I was in the library with some friends talking about him, and out of the blue I got a message from him telling me to be ready for a certain time because he was taking me out on a date. Oh, I have never had that happen to me, y'all. I've never had a guy text me and be like, baby, be ready at such and such. I already got our reservation set up. Wear that little dress I like. I've never had that. How much? That's energy. Even though I know that he about to mess up later on in this story time, because you ain't going to be writing to me if he did good. Even though I know he about to mess up later on in this story time, baby, Baby, that's energy to me when a nigga do that. Like, I ain't never had that. Like, I've always had, like, guys just plan a date, like, days before. Or I've had to plan dates. And, yeah, I don't know. Y'all let me know down below. How do y'all feel about the women planning dates? Now, I don't pay now. But I have had moments when dating certain guys where I've had to plan the dates or whatnot. And they go. They're just like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go. But How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think as a woman that we should be planning majority of the dates or no? But I was at school. I told him to just pick me up from there. Once he got there, seeing him in person made me mad nervous. Besides him smelling really good, looking at him, I could tell he took care of himself and he had no problem carrying the conversation the same way he was on the phone, which I really like because I hate a boring ass dude. I couldn't help but to be in my head the whole time, telling myself to keep my guard up. You know when you're dealing with a dude that know he look good, you can't just let him run with that shit. So I kept a laid back attitude. You really can't. When we got to the place, our table wasn't ready, so we sat in the car until it was. I asked him to tell me a few things that he finds interesting about himself. One of the things that he spoke French. I asked him to show me, and while he was speaking, I was in my head again saying, this man gotta be a whore. Girl, yes. Should I say it? Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Okay, so there was this guy. Well, I don't want to say it. That's too much information. But yeah, you're not lying. You're not lying. Guys who are like, let's say they're guys who speak different languages other than normal, the normal language that's supposed to be spoken in the country, which is English. If you guys live in America, they use those languages to lure girls in because it's intriguing, you know what I mean? Especially when you meet a guy that doesn't look like he speaks French, that is not from France or whatnot. That shit turns you on. That shit is intriguing, and they use that shit to lure girls in. They use that shit to be man whores. Trust me, I'm telling you guys this from experience, okay? Don't trust a guy who speaks French. My dumbass ended up saying it out loud though. He laughed and I sat there in embarrassment. While he asked, why I gotta be a whore because I speak French? Yes! Sorry, y'all. Sorry. I said because you probably use that to get all the girls, huh? And dude. He just smiled and didn't say anything. What I tell y'all? What did I tell you guys? I told y'all. What you know what I'm about to start telling you guys when I tell these story times? I might tell you a joke, but I would never tell you a lie. I told y'all. Ugh, guys are bad. From that point on, I'm like, yeah, he do. He just gave himself away. Dan told me he had a twin brother. We're gonna call him Sean. I asked him what it was like to be a twin, and he said it was all fun and games until your girlfriend confuses the two of you and ends up sleeping with him, claiming she couldn't tell the difference. Shows me a picture of both of them and asked me if I was able to point him out. I noticed that his brother's head was a lot wider than his and said it wouldn't be hard for me to tell them apart. He just laughed and said, yeah, we'll see about that in the future. What? Bro, that's a red flag. And I know people are like, how's that a red flag? Bitch, I don't even know how that's a red flag, but I'm telling you that's a red flag. I don't know. That's a red flag. I don't know. I should have paid attention to that comment more than I did, but I thought he was just trying to refer to the situation with his ex. Even if you didn't pay attention to the comment, it would have made me say, why do you keep saying that? Did your ex ever sleep with your brother? Like, I would have said it, because what are you talking about? Bitch, if I just told you that your brother got a badonkadonk of a head and you don't, I can tell the difference. What are you trying to insinuate? Like, I'm mad confused. Then went into the restaurant. The romantic chemistry between us was strong, but I wasn't trying to let it all go to my head. After our date, he took me home and things continued as they were. One day when we were on the phone, he asked if I wanted to meet his brother on FaceTime. I agreed. His brother referred to me by my last name, saying how Tank talks about me all the time and how he's low-key mad that he didn't meet me first. Getting a little weird, to say the least. It's getting a little weird. It's getting a little weird, to say the least, okay? They both laughed, which I thought was weird, given the history, but just went along with it, and I laughed with them. The next day, I had work, and because it was slow, I decided to FaceTime Tank. He had just got out the shower and started showing off his body. I was mad crazy to me and asked if he wanted to call me, and I asked if he wanted to call me when he got dressed. I guess he got a little offended and asked if I was even attracted to him. Ugh, my God, bro. Oh my God. I don't know what it is with me, y'all. I don't have no tolerance for guys nowadays. Like, no tolerance. Like, that would have got him cut off all jokes aside, like, and I'm not saying that to be funny. Like, I don't have tolerance for men nowadays. That would have got him cut off. Like, you're not about to gaslight me. We just started talking. I don't need to see your body when you're getting out of the shower. I told him yes, but I wanted to take things slow and not rush into the sexual thing. He was like, oh, you must be one of those good girls. I'm going to have to try a little harder with you, I see. But your seductive demeanor came off as you might have wanted to have sex. So my apologies if I took that in the wrong way. No. Why do I keep saying no? No, let me stop playing. But no. Well, I don't know. Because I don't know whether you were being seductive with him or not. But I feel like he's gaslighting you. I feel like he's trying to make it seem like it's your fault why he did what he did. No. Bitch, you could dress up in a nun dress nowadays. These niggas still gonna sexualize you. Like, no. And I would have told him straight up. I would have said, I have never gave you a seductive demeanor or nothing, guy. You're not about to gaslight me because you was being, you know, a little raunchy and I shut you down. And now you about to make it seem like it's my fault. Why? You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. And then I hate when guys try to come onto you sexually and then you tell them, hey, like, you know, we just started talking, you know, chill. And then they try to like say things like, oh, I didn't know you were a good girl. Who told you I was a good girl? Because I told you to chill. Nah, I'm telling you to chill because I don't know you. Like, I'm not like, well, I'm not going to speak for all girls because some girls are like, you know, into just that lifestyle of just sleeping around. And, you know, if they find you attractive, they'll just sleep with you or whatnot. And I'm not saying that I've never had that mindset, but a lot of mature girls, and not even mature girls, a lot of girls in general, they can like you, they can think you smell good, they can think that you're good looking, but it takes a minute for that sexual desire to develop. I know with me it does. I could be talking to a guy for weeks thinking he's, you know, attractive, liking the energy, but it takes a while for me to feel like, okay, I want to give my body away or I want to talk sexually to him. Now, some guys, it happens faster than usual, but like, I just personally feel like guys would get a lot more cooch. Guys would get a lot more. They just let the girl lead. Like, if they let the girl come with their full chest and the girl comes onto them, or the girl like opens the ground for that demeanor, you know what I mean? The guys are dumb, so they don't know. From that point on, I knew where this was going, so I cut my flirtation down a bit. Trying to set standards because I wanted him to respect me and not get the wrong impression. I guess that backfired because he slowly started falling back and hanging out with this so-called girl best friend that he had known for years. But I wasn't trying to be insecure, so I let it ride. And I asked him if he and his best friend had any history romantically. He told me no and said she wasn't even his type. And then he went on a rant about how Jamaican girls weren't this thing. That gave it away. He slept with her. He's a liar. I don't know about Jamaican men. For my Jamaicans in the video, for my Jamaicans that are watching me right now, y'all let me know down below if this is true. But I know for African men would talk shit about us. They would slander us. They would talk about, oh, I can't deal with African women, but they will marry us. Is that the same thing in the Jamaican community? Because, yeah, if you ever talking to an African man and he's telling you that he doesn't like African women and he starts talking down on them, he is a liar. He loves them. Because I always dealt with this shit from Chino. And if you guys did not watch her story time, the guy that she was dating from Tinder, the first one with the baby mama, he was African and he told her that he does not like African women. And he was talking a whole bunch of shit about Africans. And one day she was hanging out with him and his baby mama caught them and she was African. So that's what she's referring to right now. So she said she dealt with this shit with Chino. She said, because I already dealt with this shit with Chino, I knew he was lying and I should have ran, but I didn't. I thought for a while he did the running for me, With the constant sexual advances from him and me rejecting him each time, I could tell he was getting flustered and was feeling uncomfortable. Told him I really wanted to take things slow. This man goes on and on about how he's not the type that sticks his thing in anything. He wanted to explore things with me in a more intimate level because of how compatible we were, and how he even went the extra mile to delete Tinder for me because he wanted to take me serious. I guess he thought that was supposed to make me drop my panties, but it didn't. On top of that, him trying to constantly have sex with me in his car, I felt mad disrespected because I'm not that girl that you're just gonna have sex with in public, let alone with somebody that I've only been knowing for less than a year. After I told him, he began to fall back a little more. Next day, his cousin hits me up with a picture of him from his Tinder profile. The next day, my cousin hits me up with a picture from him with his Tinder profile and asks, is this the guy that I've been talking to? I told her yes and was a little upset because this man literally told me that he deleted Tinder for me and he lied about it. Girl, whenever they tell you they deleted Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, sorry y'all, I'm having a little bit of flashbacks from the last guy I dealt with. Whenever they tell y'all that they deleted them profiles, they are lying. They didn't delete shit. They are still on it. They are lying through their teeth, y'all, through their teeth. When I confronted him about it, he flipped the script and said, I guess you're back on Tinder and there's nothing more for us to discuss. Girl, I would have said you're right and blocked him, because I wasn't the girl that he thought I was if I was still looking on the streets for guys to talk to. That shit pissed me off, so I decided to block him on everything. So why we still continuing this story, huh? Rue? Huh? A week goes by and I get a text from an unknown number asking if we could talk in person. When I asked who it was, he said it was Tank. I agreed, but I told him I would meet him somewhere in public and did not want him picking me up because I didn't want to put myself in a compromised position. We agreed and we met at IHOP. He showed with some flowers and asked me how I've been, and then went on to apologize for his behavior. Looking at him, I could tell something was off, but I ignored it, so I just let him talk. I asked why he was texting me from a different number. He said he lost his phone and needed to get a new one, so I rode with it, but something still felt off. He told me he could tell I was a bit standoffish, referring to me by my last name, which he'd never done before, and I thought was weird. If you guys, I'm gonna need y'all to stop the video right now after I say this, and then comment, and then go back and watch, and then go back and continue the video. If you guys know where this story time is going, y'all let me know down below. If you guys know where to, just say it down below. Just be like, I know. Just say I know. Just say I know if you guys know where this story time is going, because I know exactly where this story time is going, and that is actually hilarious, and that is actually making me scared to ever mess with a twin. Like I don't think I ever want to talk to a twin now. Wow. He asked me if we could start over. I agreed, but I told him that I wasn't ready for anything physical. He said he was fine with it, and whenever I was there, we could talk about it first. Another month goes by. Both of us are talking. He invited me to a family reunion with his family, and I agreed to go. He picked me up, and when I got there, I saw at the time who I thought was Sean, which was Tank, introduced me to Sean formally, but the interaction was weird. He didn't really come too close and he just smiled at me creepily. And Tank asked him to come sit with us. He said he would after getting his plate, but never came. When I asked Tank, and she put in quotations Tank, so this is not Tank now, y'all. If y'all keeping up with this story, this is his twin. This ain't Tank. When I asked Tank what the issue was, he told me his brother was weird about coming near any of his girlfriends after sleeping with his ex. It made sense, so I didn't push it any further. After this, another month goes by the Valentine's Day, and around the corner, and Tank shows up to my school with flowers saying how he had the whole day planned for us. He had a surprise. I asked if he could take me home to change, which he agreed. When he pulled up in front of my house, just before I got out, Tank gets a message from his brother. When I seen the name from who he got the message from, it was Tank's name, which was weird because he was supposed to be sitting right next to me. I only saw a little of the conversation, but what stuck out to me was when he said, after you smash her, pass her back to me, bro. LOL. Y'all, bruh. For the people, I have tears in my eyes. For the people who do not like subscriber story times, I don't know why. For the people who just like watching my shit, I mean, I'm flattered, but I don't know why, because subscriber story times are so good. Like, oh my goodness, y'all. This is one of the best story times that I've ever heard. I hope she didn't send it to nobody, and I hope she's telling the truth. But even if she not, this is, oh my goodness, this is such a good story time. Brew, continue to send me more story times. Continue to send me more. This is actually crazy, y'all. I got disgusting feelings in the pit of my stomach and got in the car. He winked at me and told me not to take long. I went in the house and immediately unblocked his number and texted the real Tank and cursed him out for having him and his brother trying to play me like that. I saw the messages were read, but he did not respond. And when I looked outside, Sean was gone. A few hours later, Tank texted me saying how I was a whore because I should have been... Now he gaslighting you, sis. She said that he texted this girl and said that she was a whore because she should have realized that that was his brother. And how girls like her are always falling at the opportunity to fuck on some twins. And how he thought I was different, but I was just like his whore ass ex. And how he never wanted to speak to me again. I'm like, this is some gaslighting shit. I was never gonna have sex with either of them. He told me that me playing hard to get was not gonna get me nowhere, but in messed up situations, and I should have just fucked him. I had the chance. None of this would have happened. Then he goes and he sends me a dick pic, and tells me of how much I was missing out on. Girl, I never felt so slimy. I blocked both of them. To make matters worse, after 2 weeks of the situation happening, I get a follower's request on Instagram from Sean and a message from him using the same cheesy ass pickup line his brother used on me from Tinder, trying to act as if he never met me. I cursed him out and told him and his brother they needed help and they had some rapey tendencies and the shit wasn't cool. Girl, I don't know what the hell be wrong with these N-words. Please share your thoughts on this. Thank you for reading another one of my story times. I'm sure watching you tell this would give me more laughs at this. LOL. Again, let me know if you want me to send more. Yes! Yes, Brew. I think we can all agree. That you need to send more story times, girl. That was... oh my goodness, that was such a good story time. But not gonna lie, I'm glad you stood your ground. I'm glad that you did not fold. I'm glad that you did not sleep with him. And yeah, they are giving rapey tendencies, and this is probably something that they do all the time. Not probably, this is what they do all the time. And he was trying to prepare you for it when he was making those comments in the beginning of you and him dating. I am so freaking happy that you did not fall for it, and I'm pretty sure you're probably one of the first girls who didn't fall for it, and that's why he got mad and cursed you out the way he did. And yeah, and now you're making me scared to ever talk to a twin. I don't think I want to talk to a twin ever again in my life because I don't want to deal with that. And get your butt off of Tinder. I ain't gonna lie, I still be on Hinge sometimes, but get your butt off of Tinder. Tinder is just not it. Like, I can't even ever make a Tinder because Tinder banned me for some unknown reason. I don't know why. But I can never make a Tinder, which I don't think I would ever get on Tinder. I just think that, I'm not saying that Tinder is better. I'm not saying that Hinge or Bumble is better than Tinder, but I am saying that at the same time. I just feel like dating apps in general, most guys are on there just to have sex. Tinder is like definitely like, now I know there's gonna be some people in my comments saying, Irene, I met my boyfriend of 86 years on Tinder. I'm not talking to you, but... But yeah, this was actually a crazy ass story time, and I'm happy you stood your ground. And ladies, I would like to tell you this: when a guy crosses your boundary the first time and you warn him and he does it again, cut him off. When he tried to show you his body when he got out the shower and shit like that, and you told him that you felt uncomfortable, he should have apologized, and it should have been nothing more, and he should have not done it again. The fact that he gaslighted you, you should have cut him off. And I noticed in the story you were saying that you told yourself, oh, maybe I have to, maybe I have to stop flirting with him as much for him to see me in a different light. Baby, there's some guys that would never see the value in you no matter what you do, and he's one of them. There's some guys that are sick in the head, and it does not have nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Like I said in the story time, you could be wearing an undress and they still gonna sexualize you. So when you run into those type of men to where they try to push your boundaries and you try to bring them back in and then they try to push your boundaries again, it's time to cut them off. I literally had a guy like that. Like, we didn't even last a whole week. He was basically trying to take me out on a date, and he was doing a lot. Like, that guy was doing a freaking lot. I don't even know. I might tell a story time about him in the future. If you guys want to ever hear a story time about that guy in the future, y'all let me know. But he was doing too freaking much, like just too much, right? But he just was pushing my boundaries. Like, he said something sexual to me the first time. I ignored it, which I don't think I should have ignored it. I think I should have addressed him on it. But I feel like through me ignoring it, I thought he would get the memo, like, oh, she's not on that type of time. But then he did it again, and I told him, I said, hey, look, like, I ignored you the first time. You know, this is not Monopoly where you know, keep going type shit. Stop what you doing type. And he got mad at me telling him to stop. He started talking about some, look, I'm not like these niggas. I like, just gaslighting me, talking about some, he say what comes to his head, and it y'all, I blocked him. We're not finna discuss. Well, I cursed him out first, but I blocked him. I don't give a fuck whether you like these niggas or not. I don't care who you are. I'm telling you to stop, and I'm telling you to respect my boundaries. Me and this boy only been texting for 3 days, and he talking sexual towards me. We haven't even went out on our date. Mind you, our date was the next day. Thank God I dodged the bullet. I blocked him with the quickness, okay? Cause nah, yeah, no. But yeah, y'all gotta make sure y'all stay 10 toes with y'all boundaries or whatnot. And if y'all keep seeing me do this with my hair, cause I know some people about to get irritated, I'm sorry, cause I hate when the hair does this, cause it makes me look like I don't have a neck. But yeah, if you guys want to submit story times, y'all go ahead and hit the email. Love you guys. Thank you, Ruth, for sending me a story. Definitely send me more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.